Hey guys, welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are talking start sits for the quarterback position for week 14. So this, for a lot of people, is the first week in the playoffs, so you need a smash start. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 5 great plays this week for the quarterback position. Starting at number 5, we got Baker Mayfield versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati is number 8 in points allowed for quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield is coming off a poor game on the road, and since he got their first win last week, so odds are that the universe will right itself this week and the Browns will come out and completely smash the Bengals. I'm looking for Baker Mayfield to put up at least 2, possibly 3 touchdowns this week. I think Baker Mayfield is a very good start. Should be a top 12 guy, especially with Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. I think that you could do much worse than starting Baker Mayfield this week. And number 4, we have Sam Darnold versus Miami. Similar story to Baker. Had a poor outing last week, actually against Cincinnati, but he's playing Miami, and Miami does not have any defense to speak of. I think this is the last week you can start Sam Darnold, but he's definitely a strong play this week. I would look to get him in your lineup if you're not confident with your starter. Number 3, we have Carson Wentz versus the New York Giants. The Giants are number 7 in points allowed for the quarterback position. The Eagles absolutely need to win this game if they want to stay in competition to win the NFC East. I think that they win this one, and I think they win it on the back of Carson Wentz, and I think he's a great fantasy play this week, top 10 very easily. Number 2, also someone that should very easily crack the top 10, is Kirk Cousins versus Detroit. Detroit has an absolutely porous defense. Looks like that Adam Thielen is going to be back for the Vikings. I think that Kirk Cousins is going to be a very strong start this week. Detroit just gave up a top 7 performance against Mitch Trubisky, who is not a quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a quarterback. This is a no-brainer. If you have Kirk Cousins, start him. All right, but the number 1 start this week, my must start, is Ryan Tannehill versus Oakland. Oakland gives up top 5 points against the quarterback all year long. They've been poor against the quarterback. Tannehill has been one of the most efficient, highest passer rating quarterbacks in the past couple weeks. Tannehill could easily be a top 5 option this week, and I'm looking to start him at all costs. All right, now let's look at some players that I would be looking to sit if they were in my roster right now. We'll start off with Matt Ryan versus Carolina. Now, Carolina has a decent pass defense. They're number 22 against the quarterback, so pretty middle grade. Matt Ryan has been very poor in his past couple games. He did okay against New Orleans, who are actually worse against the pass than Carolina. This is looks of a very strong game for Carolina, especially for Christian McCaffrey. I don't expect Matt Ryan to get a lot going. Yes, it looks like Julio Jones is going to play, and possibly even Austin Hooper, but I don't expect Matt Ryan to perform too well, and I expect him to continue his streak of throwing multiple interceptions. So again, not too excited for Matt Ryan this week. Try to get him out of your lineup. I wouldn't want to trust him going into the playoffs. Another quarterback, if you want to call him that I would not trust, is Mitchell Trubisky versus Dallas. Dallas is number 23 in quarterback points allowed. Yes, Trubisky had a good game last week, but he was playing Detroit. He's not playing Detroit this week. Don't start Trubisky. Another quarterback that I'm looking to pivot off of, this one's a lot harder to come to the conclusion with, Josh Allen versus Baltimore. Allen has been lights out. He's been playing phenomenally. He looks like he's really coming into his own in the second year for the Buffalo Bills, so it's really tough to bench him right now, but Baltimore has only allowed a top 10 quarterback performance once the entire season, and ever since they traded for Marcus Peters, they have been absolutely lights out against the quarterback position. Yes, Allen will probably still save the day a little bit on the ground, but Baltimore has a truly powerful defense, and I think this is the game that the Bills might end up getting exposed a little bit for not being as strong of a team as you would like them to be. So if you have Josh Allen and you have another better start on your roster, or there's someone out on the waiver wire, I'd look to pivot off of him. Another poor start this week is Jacoby Brissett at Tampa. On paper, this should be a great matchup. Tampa gives up the 4th most points against a quarterback, but Tampa has actually had 2 strong defensive performances against a quarterback in a row. Brissett still is without T.Y. Hilton, does not have Eric Ebron, missing a lot of his main weapons, and he hasn't had a strong quarterback performance since week 7. So I'm not looking to rely and stake my playoff performance on Jacoby Brissett this week. Pivot off of him if you can. And last but not least, Jared Goff against Seattle. This is a game that's going to be a tough battle for both the Rams and the Seahawks. I think this is actually going to be a pretty close game. I don't know that Goff will completely tank, but he's been a very middle of the ground quarterback. But when I say that, he's been boom some weeks and been absolute garbage others. I think this is going to be more of a Gurley game. Seattle's defense has been middle of the ground, but they've kind of been coming into their own. I'm not expecting Goff to do tremendously well in this one. I think you can find a much better option on the waiver wire, so pivot off of Goff if you can. All right, this has been the start sits for the quarterback position for week 14. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe for more. Take care.